I think there's a very high chance of failure, obviously, 9 out of 10, but especially when we focus on the wrong business model. One of the roadblocks we may experience is trying to do everything on our own from free resources. That's Facebook training and YouTube videos. And also we can feel that the problem is rather unique to us when we don't really feel worthy of those six-figure financial success stories. Hello everybody, welcome to our Facebook community, the Affiliate Project, engineered solutions for high-ticket affiliate marketers, coaches and course creators.
So today's topic is why 9 out of 10 online entrepreneurs are doomed to failure. But here at the Affiliate Project, we like to start with a story. So what have we got on today, Mark?
Okay, Jerry, yeah, it's just a story about when we first moved to Perth in 2006. Back in those days, you could buy TomToms for your car to get around, but I wasn't using any Google Maps or Route Finder in any way. There was this book, and it was called the UBD directory. And if you wanted to go anywhere, you'd print off a page of the UBD, you'd highlight your route where you wanted to go. I wanted to cycle to work, so I did exactly that. Printed off, marked up a route. But in the real world, I didn't find myself following this marked up, highlighted route, because what was happening was I was on these cycle paths, but then some of these cycle paths were sort of connected by actual roads. And when I was on the ground, I was just unable to make the connection with the marked up copy that I had and how to connect between the two roads. So I stayed on the cycle paths, and what was a 12k journey into work turned into an hour and a half slog. I went way off course, but I stayed on the cycle path. So look, it's just to let people know that when it comes down to your journey from A to B, you really do have to make sure you have a sound route, so you know where you are, where you're going to, and your ETA.
So why listen to us? Why should our audience listen to us, Mark?
Oh, look, Thierry, look at the beginning of this whole process, this online entrepreneur journey. But you don't know what you don't know. And you start off with the best intention in other people having success. And although you end up bouncing around between different programs and blueprints, and I guess you don't really have the belief to go all in. You're not fully convinced. You're unaware, and you seem to be talking yourself out of the online business success. But look, this failure that you might have before you encounter some form of success, this is your journey, and this is how you learn from these failures. And look, it can become so much easier when somebody tells you like it really is, that they don't sugarcoat it. They tell you not what you would like to hear, but what you need to hear. And look, these days, I've got the right business model, invested in a proven blueprint, where there's people that are doing very well with it. So there's really no reason why it won't work for me and for you. You just need to put in the work and execute.
Okay, so let's get into today's topic. Why are 9 out of 10 online entrepreneurs doomed to fail? What are the roadblocks we experience, and why do we feel some problem only happen to us?
Okay, Thierry, I think there's a very high chance of failure, obviously, 9 out of 10, but especially when we focus on the wrong business model. One of the roadblocks we may experience is trying to do everything on our own from free resources. That's Facebook training and YouTube videos. And also we can feel that the problem is rather unique to us when we don't really feel worthy of those six-figure financial success stories.
So how can we overcome those challenges and build a successful online business?
Thierry, I think to overcome the challenges, to provide the solutions, when it comes to a business model, I think you need to focus on high ticket, gives the greater amount of revenue, and to use free Facebook organic marketing rather than paid ads, certainly as a new starter. A great method to build your brand and develop your marketing and sales skills. I think it's important to invest in a proven plan and to execute to that plan like a maniac. Perhaps not a maniac, but as best as we can in our own with everything else that's going on in our lives. And look, it is important to treat yourself little and often.
Do we have any steps in terms of that we should know?
Yes, we just dropped out there. But because you are a worthwhile person, and we're no different than any of the other gurus or the success stories out there, they started in the same place as what we did. And this is just one of the tips to acknowledge that we are deserving. And there's no reason why it can't happen for us. And as a result, we should reward ourselves at milestones and stage payments, whatever that may be. So let's go into how we can overcome these challenges in a little more detail. Step one, this idea of switching from low ticket to high ticket on organic. Look, you can start off with these $7 blueprints and then migrate to 37 upsells. Now, look, if you're going to choose to do that business model, you're going to have to make 400 sales a month, every month, to hit 100K a year. Whereas with high ticket commissions of $1,000, you only need to make 10 sales a month. That's doable, and that's achievable even with a small audience. Now, high ticket gives these life-changing commissions. You get a better quality audience, and it's no harder to sell than low ticket. And organic, remember, is free. It requires no ad budget, so you can start immediately with a small audience and get results.
Today's live is giving us the belief that we can build then 100K plus online business.
Sorry, Chairman, step two.
Okay.
So step two. So we have this proven plan to execute it consistently. Now, if you have not and you wander aimlessly in execution, you're going to struggle. You're going to waste a lot of time. Or you could invest in a plan and know exactly what you need to do, then just execute to it. Step three is the mental blocks. This is the mindset part, the limiting false beliefs. And these false beliefs are holding you back, telling you that you're not good enough. You know, that you don't have enough knowledge. You haven't made a sale, so you can't go out and do the same. You know, what we mentioned before about rewarding yourself. You are good enough. You know, me, us, we're no worse than anybody else who has achieved 100K in a year. Maybe we just don't believe it yet. It's something to perhaps work on. And maybe we become unaware of how our past is affecting us. And we perhaps need to become more aware currently and in the future as to how our past is indeed affecting us. We could overcome this by writing it down. And when you do write it down, you write down these false beliefs from the current moment in time, from the past, and look at how it might affect you in the future. You come to realize that some of these false beliefs are outdated. If you from a different time in the past, you were a different person then. And I think when you do write them down and you look at them in the cold light today, you do realize that they just have no purpose, they're no relevance to where you are in your current place in time.
Okay, thank you very much for the additional steps, Mark. It is definitely now clearer of how we can build a success online business following those bullet points that you've just mentioned. So what is the action we can take to move the needle forward?
Let's just pick one. Let's just focus on that high ticket business model. At this stage, it doesn't have to be a big purchase. It can be as simple as an offer. And that offer is your own coaching services. You can certainly start with that. You can charge a high ticket price for your own coaching services. And look, if you'd like to explore that at no cost, we can work together and prepare your one-page offer. Drop a hashtag offer in the comments below, and we'll reach out and look at setting you up with a high ticket offer of your own.
All right, so back to our story, Mark, to finish our lives today.
Oh, look, it's just going back to that Google Maps, where you are, where you want to go, the ETA, you've got to have that. That day when I cycled into work and it's a 12-kilometer journey, took me an hour and a half. When I cycled home, I was starting from the destination point, the starting point, work, the destination point at home, 12 k's away. I realized where I'd gone wrong. I knew the shortcut to give me the most efficient time, the most efficient route possible, and to give me the best possible chance to get home in record time. And indeed, I took it and I was home in no time at all. Perhaps a third of the time is what I was in the morning. So just to summarize, it's important to follow these 3 guidelines to offer the best chance to join that 1 out of 10 that make their online business a success and hit that magical 100K a year target.
Thank you very much, everyone, and thank you for listening. And we shall see you next week.
Okay, I think that next week we're on a similar vein, and the next stage is going to be the 80-20 of online business, what to focus on. Okay, bye now, everyone.